Alright, this is my video on landmarks, maps, compasses and coordinates. And as you can see, this is a good landmark. It's obviously it's on top of the hill that my house is built into, and that makes it very high, and also it is very high, and I've poured lava down it, which makes it so that it glows, so it's very easy to see from a distance. And so that's a good landmark, I believe. And if we go into here and we look at options and video settings, you can obviously change your render distance, and if you change your render distance, obviously you'll be able to see further, which will make it so you can see your landmark from a longer distance, but obviously it's more draining on your computer as well, so it's a bit of a trade-off there. And so moving on from that, we have the compass. Now the compass, you can see it down there in my inventory slot, and that is cool. I like that it can move in there. I don't have to pull it out or anything, and well, it's real great if you had created your home at where you spawned in the first place. So no, this compass is not useful to me. It points to several kilometers that way where I started, and that's not where I live, so not a very useful compass for me. But if anybody knows how to recalibrate the compass, I'd really love it if you gave me a tip on that, because it's absolutely useless to me at the moment. So anyway, we'll move on. It's getting into night now, so we'll go inside. Anyway, we'll move on to the maps. And maps. Now, we look at the map. As you can see, well, it doesn't have very much developed. And that is because if you don't pull this out in new spots, it doesn't update. So you can go all around the world and find that you've got a map that is useless. You can also go off the map, and you can see how at the moment my little arrow, it seems like it's pointing somewhere. Well, if you go off the map, it turns into a circle, which is absolutely useless, because once you're a mile off the map, you will never know whether you're going to come back onto this map, because it's a circle. So it's handy while you're on the map, because it points in a direction, but obviously while you're off the map, it doesn't point towards the map. So it's not too handy really, but obviously you have to pull it out when you go around the world to keep it updated, and then you sort of get a map that you can use. But oh well, that's that part of it, I guess. Yeah, I don't know, I don't think too much of the map or the compass. And then there's the other thing. So F3 if you're on a PC, or function F3 if you're on a Macintosh, and it will pull up this, and this gives you heaps of cool information. You see where I put the arrow at, it tells me what direction I'm facing and what I'm pointing at. Stone, glass, it doesn't say what that is, furnace, oh yeah, crafting table. Anyway, up in the top left hand corner we can see XYZ, and those are your coordinates. Now it's important to note that some of them have negative values, and that is very important to note, because don't just write down 563 58, write down negative 563 minus 58, because that is where you are. So if I want to find my house, I will write down minus 501 63 minus 53, and that will point me right to here, and I can look at it and be like, well, I'm obviously adjusting the Z thing, so if I was over here or something, I'd be like, well, I'm on the right X coordinate, and so I just need to adjust the Z, and so I head towards there. Obviously Y is how high you are. I don't really have anything to hop on in here, but Y is how high you are. So those coordinates are much more reliable to find your way home. And also, like, I went around the world, and well, basically what happened is I had my bed, I'd slept in it, I decided to move it, I moved it, and then when I died, I spawned halfway around the world. I don't even know where I was. Crazy. And I had to go over a lot of sea. But when I was going over the sea, I saw this underwater temple, and so I was like, wow. So I wrote down the coordinates for that, so I can go back there at some point and do something with that underwater temple. I also write down obviously where my house is, where I saw horses, where I saw wolves, where I saw donkeys, and that way I can always find my way back to them. And obviously villages, good to write down where they are. And so rather than using map and compass and stuff, use them, I guess. Yeah, so that's my video. I hope you guys like it. Cheers.